Hello from the office challenge on day 9. Today was my brick wall day. Anytime you start a project, you hit that wall. This flare up is really slowing me down. However, we did get some things accomplished today. But I'm at that point where you start to make a bigger mess than what you started with until you can figure out how much of each stuff you have and what you have to get rid of to make it fit. That's where I'm at. And when you combine in having a flare up, so it's been difficult to breathe and very painful to move. I've spent probably the majority of the day working from bed, and so today I'm calling it my brick wall day. Still productive, still got a lot done, got lots of client calls made. Didn't get the progress in my office that I had hoped for because I thought that I was coming out of this flare up, but no. So today it doubled down on me, but we're pushing through. When I say I'm making a bigger mess at this point, at least my desk is still functional. And hey, I did find a check for $1,900 that I deposited, so I can't complain about that. But like pulling things out now. There's my cameras over here that I use when I travel. I haven't traveled in a while, so I'm not sure. Of course, nowadays your phone probably takes as good as, if not better, cameras than my expensive professional cameras that are several years old. So that's something I'm going to have to sit and play with and see. I think the last time they both traveled with me was when we took a press trip to Ireland, and I imagine probably the pictures are probably still on them. So, because I used most of the ones that were on my phone and then kept my other ones. And then I have a tub that's got stuff for my printers, lots of ink and stuff. Some of them I'm not sure even fit the new printers. But this happened today. What? Yes, this happened today. Now, I have to be honest and say that most of what happened to the stuff that was in there, there's my hallway. The first box is organizational tubs in a box that I will use, but don't need in the bedroom right now. And the next box is keyboards and notebooks. Both of those will go. And then over there are empty boxes that we came out of here. But I've got, like here, I have a computer bag. I have a pink toolbox. That's so cool. That box is full of things I use when I travel. I've got curtain rods. I've got a bog bag, I guess it is. I've got window blinds, things like that. They belong in this room because I don't have them up at the windows, but I can't even get to them at this point, and somebody else will have to come and help me put them up. So right now I kind of feel frustrated that I'm like making a bigger mess than what I had. However, I do know that it is temporary, and once I get through this flare up, then we will be able to get back to making some actual progress. I have, my trash can. This is like my third one. I'm not sure that I can even lift it out. I even am throwing away all my conceal and carry instructor training materials because they're outdated, so I don't need those. And I no longer have to keep them since, like everything else in the world, most things are digital. And I have my shaky pad that the kids like to stand on more than me. And I do have one tub that has power cord things and file folders. So yeah, that's what I'm dealing with right now. Is I feel like I'm making piles, and I am not. I have determined I am not putting anything back in a tub because the way my mind works, if I can't see it, I don't have it, I don't think about it. So everything is out, and it's getting situated between things that are for my KDP business. All of that goes in one area. Everything for my books, everything for my podcast, everything for my photography, things like that. They all go into their own little section until we decide what I've got, what I'm going to keep. Now remember, most of this stuff's been packed up since 22. So I'm kind of thinking that a lot of it's going to just, out the door. Trash man's probably not going to be happy with me tomorrow. I have 2 of the big rolly dumpster things full. So, we're supposed to not have them over 40 pounds or something. Yeah, that's not going to be for me for tomorrow. But I am making progress. I'm calling it a day. I'm headed back to my bedroom to work from the bed on paperwork. And I say this every day, but I love this little slide that has pictures on it. These were in early part of COVID. So my kids could upload pictures from their phones to the software for this camera, this picture frame. And then every time they uploaded something new, I got a really cute picture. So, yep, that was before COVID, right after I came out of the cast on my arm, and I think I still have my leg in the cast at that point. So that's cute, going back and seeing those pictures. And who has a CD player? I don't. My computer doesn't. So I kept these for some reason when I got rid of everything else. So I'll have to decide what I'm going to do with these. Because they're my favorites. But they probably, if I can't play them, I guess I don't need to keep them. So we'll be working through. There's my stack of papers that I keep adding things to and taking things out of, which is great. Keeps moving. I love it when I find gift cards. They have $50 on them. So hubby's favorite place is Texas Roadhouse. So I can treat the man to dinner this weekend. So we will keep plugging away, but I am thrilled about the closet. I wish that I could go from there to where it's going to be, but that is not possible. So I'm having to go into piles and then sort, but I am not going to put it back in tubs and then stack the tubs up, because I will be doing the same thing a year from now. We're not doing that anymore. We're looking to retire and start traveling and having more fun. I've got a new site called Granny Travels and hope to be able to go and do things once the hubster retires, that we can do things with our grandkids and still fund all our travel. So that'll be fun. But to do that, I got to get this under control. So thanks for hanging in with me. Hopefully tomorrow will be a better day from the flare-up. I've got call in to my pulmonologist already, so I imagine I will be getting something new from him tomorrow. And then I go to the sarcoidosis clinic in Cincinnati at UC. So they have reopened, so I'll be going down there to them probably next week. And right now I have to go to Cleveland Clinic, and it's a haul. It's almost 5 hours. So I'm glad that Cincinnati's open back up again. So I have to get in with them, and then we'll be, hopefully, plugging along again. I hope you had a productive day. I hope if you're suffering with a chronic condition, that this change of crazy winter, spring weather is not affecting you. The allergies here in Northern Kentucky aren't as bad as they normally are, but I think it's because it was 35 this morning, so I think it's 50 now. That's still cold for us, but I think it's probably helping with the allergies. But I will check in with everyone tomorrow, and hopefully you too can make progress on some of those projects that you have been putting off because you think it's going to take forever. They might take forever, but every little bit helps. Bye-bye.